told Kadari when he came out, he's like a fine wine, keeps getting better with age, and he's 35, so it's, Aaron had a big night, Kadari was awesome. That was the best defense, offense we've ever played. And I told him at halftime, I've only had one team in my life that had a big lead like that just went for blood, and that was, here I'm coaching 50 years, I think 38 as a head coach. Only 96 Kentucky could go out in the second half, play at 0-0 and dominate. And we knew Georgetown is a well-coached team. We knew they'd come out hard. They were trapping every play, but we kept making good defensive plays. I mean, when you play against a team that shoots for the game 24%, 23%, and then fatigues on a foul line situation of 43, you got a really good defense. So I'm proud of these guys. I think our best quality that we have is we're humble. We just keep playing hard. We don't think we're great. We aspire to be great, but we don't believe we're great. We understand that anybody can beat us, but these two guys are great leaders, terrific players, and Kadari keeps getting better and better. Now all of a sudden, he thinks he's Steph Curry Jr., but he made it. We'll keep working at it. But he's just a remarkable player. There's so many things he does that you all don't see. And here's what I love about him. Absolutely love. He knows when he makes a mistake. And he immediately puts his thumb up when I get on him. And he knows it right away. Always owns up to every mistake. And that's a great quality, because you can really teach someone how to run an offense, defense when he owns up to every mistake. So I'm proud of these two guys. It was a wonderful win for us in every fundamental area.
Take questions from the players first. Go ahead.
Richmond, you've been coached by two taskmaster guys. Growing up in Brooklyn, were your younger coaches, were your youth coaches similar? Did they stay on you hard?
Yeah. At South Shore, Sean Mark took care of me, demanded a lot out of me. And then when I went to Brewster, Jason Smith made sure that I was consistent every day. So I'm thankful for those two guys.
Thank you.
Hope you're not talking about me.
I'm talking about you.
No, because I'm not a test mess. I'm the easiest guy to play for in the world.
So, Aaron, we've heard a lot of times that, like, Coach Pitino can go pretty hard at you guys at halftime and that he's a yeller or whatever. But after this first half, was it a different sort of feeling in the locker room?
Honestly, we just knew Georgetown was going to come out hard. We knew the other coach was, on them constantly at halftime. We was prepared for the first 4 minutes, and that's what he was telling us. We knew they was going to come out with a run. We knew they was going to trap. And he was preparing us for it.
Go ahead. Sure. Here's, I don't know how to get this mic back here, guys, without getting in their way.
I got one for each guy. Kadari, with Dave on out, has that kind of opened you up to be more aggressive and looked for your shot a little bit more? You've been scoring a lot more kind of the last 5-6 games with him out.
I wouldn't say him being out led to that. Just knowing that I'm a better player than the way I started the season, and just working at it every day. So I say that's what it really is.
How does it feel for you to kind of start seeing the results? And obviously the team's playing great, but for you personally to see the results come?
Nothing I do is not possible without them. So I'm thankful for the guys in the locker room and the confidence that they give me day in and day out.
And then for either you or for Aaron, this is the first perfect January for St. John since 1984-85, which was the last time this program made the Final Four. What does that mean to you guys to be part of such a great month for this school?
It means a lot for us, but we're just taking the one game at a time. We're not looking too far in the future. We're just gonna prepare for Providence. Just get ready for that game.
Kadari, you've been on a lot of great defensive teams in your career. Has anything surprised you with the way this team can play team defense and how you came together so quickly to play such great defense?
I'll say how quickly we formed it. It's a lot of new guys and stuff like that, but we preach it every day in practice since the summer. So I like the results.
And Aaron, for you, the way you guys came out offensively in the first half, they threw a lot of different I guess, zones and defenses at you guys, and you guys are able to execute no matter what they throw at you. What does that say to the preparation that you guys had coming into this?
You know, our coaches watched a lot of film on the other team, and you know, we came out a little slow last time we played Georgetown, and we knew we was going to have to pick up the energy for the first 4 minutes. You know, that's what we did, and it's just we continued that throughout the first half.
Last one for the players right here.
Rick, obviously, when your players weren't alive for those 80s runs and all that, how do you sort of balance like the history of how much you want to teach them or not teach them, and just kind of let them be themselves?
I didn't get the first
No,
part.
like,
It's
most
for
of
the
these players
last
have-
one for the players.
No, that's
It's
one for the
okay,
players.
one for players, there we go.
Yeah, Kadari, I thought in the second half, you know, it was tough, and you did come out and play great in the first half, but the second half was tough, and I thought that your layup and then your block right after the layup was key. Can you talk about that play and how that helped turn around the second half?
I had a few turnovers, so after I got the layup, I sprinted back and got a block. So I erased the turnovers I had in my mind, so it was a good feeling.
Just like you, coach.
We're gonna let the players go on out, and then go ahead back to your question with the coach.
Rick, obviously your players weren't alive for a lot of those. I'm wondering how much
Weren't alive by, I didn't.
they weren't alive during those 80s runs that this program went through, and I wonder how much do you try to teach them about that versus kind of letting them write their own story?
Really, I coached against Lou in the 80s. I really don't talk about the 80s. I always toast Lou after every game and say the same thing to everybody. Lou would be proud of his team. But I don't bring it up too much. I don't bring it up for the most wins in January. I never bring any of that up. That's your job. We really just do focus on getting better. This team is getting better and better. That defense we played, do you know how many times first, second half that the clock was winding down and they had to take a desperation shot? So that was great switching, that was great covering the gaps. So we're getting better and better, and all we want to do is be the best. Like I said earlier, humility is what we're all after. I think at 50 years of coaching, the one thing I've learned, the most important word is humility, being humble. That allows you to keep getting better, that allows you not to embrace success, that allows you to stay grounded and know who you are. We know Georgetown can beat us. We know Providence can beat us. We know everybody can beat us. But we're getting better and better and better. And that's all we care about. Humility is a major factor.
Good.
Rick, you've said a lot of this year, anyone can beat you guys. It's now 7 in a row, 13 of 14, and the last 5 really without Davon, who might be your most valuable player. So what, you know, if anyone could beat you guys, what has kind of happened here in this last month to 6 weeks where nobody is beating you?
So I'll give you an example of what I mean by humility. So Sim, I got on him 3 times because he had a wide open shot and he wasn't making them, but I want him to keep shooting. What I said to him, I said, Sim, if you go 0 for 4, and then you make your next 4, or let's say you make the next 4 out of 6, so then you're 4 for 10, and you're shooting 40%. Don't stop shooting. But last year, he would have been banging his head, carrying on. Instead, he showed great maturity, played awesome defense, kept getting deflections, and he's really come on. I mean, you look at the way he played, you wouldn't think that, but his defense was outstanding. So it goes back to being humble. So if you keep winning, and you think you're good, you're gonna get your ass beat. But if you keep saying next opponent, next possession, next play, humility comes in, and it's a powerful weapon, humility. And we got great humility right now. That's why we're playing great.
Go ahead.
How much better can this team get with Davon, who we could see Saturday, I guess?
Well, look, Jaden has to really work on his left hand. He's not really a point guard, but he's playing it, which is nice. So it just gives us another big-time weapon. He's our best defensive rebounder. But we're playing brilliant without him. And I think most people would have rushed him back. We want him 100%. He's ready to play. He just psychologically is afraid to get hit. He's physically ready to play. So we've erred on the side of caution. I told the trainer, I don't want him 90%. I want him playing at 100% where he doesn't look at his shoulder afraid to get over a screen.
Rick, I guess first to follow up on that with Davon. So, I mean, is there something you can simulate in practice these
No, he
days?
practiced the other day.
So, do you tell people to bump into him just to try to get
No.
his mind right? No, just okay.
That's one thing I don't do.
And I guess the way Georgetown was able to slow you guys down defensively in the second half. Was that more maybe you guys not executing the way you wanted to?
Well,
or was
we
it-
couldn't execute because they just kept trapping. They played a 1-3-1 zone, and they kept trapping out of it. So what you can't run an offense against that. You have to go into gaps, look in, cut back door, look opposite, and it's passing skills at that point. But I told them, I said, okay, they had their run. If you don't think a Georgetown team in their building, down 26, 27, whatever they were, is going to have a little bit of a run, you're mistaken. Because they're a very well-coached team, and they know how to play. They got very good talent, just got young talent. So we came back, we got it together, and we went the other way. So that's a sign of a good team.
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, Coach, you forced their starting backcourt into 8 turnovers. They're smallish. You have size. You have length. How much did that play in giving them trouble, especially when they try to go middle screen and roll or zoom action out of it? They didn't get anything.
I think we're long. We played gaps well. You know, Syracuse used to be with Warwick used to be a great 2-3 zone because of their length. We're a great man team because of our length. Aaron's got length. RJ's got length. Kadari's got length. Even though Davon is 6 foot, he's a leading defensive rebounder. So it's a really good basketball team getting better. I'm happiest, not only for the players, because they're the reason this is happening, but I'm happy for the St. John's fans. Been a long time for them. And I see them so positive as I walk around the streets of New York. I see them so happy. They come on the road. We're going to have 18,000 people for Providence. So I'm happy for them because it's an identity they want to see. There's no reason that St. John's can't be a great basketball team. No reason why Georgetown can't be a great basketball team. And they will be. I can tell you right now. I know Ed Cooley, like he's my younger brother. He's going to get it going. They're going to be a great basketball team down the road. He's doing it with young players. I'm doing it with older players.
Last from Roger. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, did you go after them at halftime or not?
I don't know where you get this yelling.
I get it.
Because
I
to
get
be
it
honest
for
with
your
you,
players.
I hardly ever yell.
Mhm.
Mask gets on them big time.
Mhm.
I'm in the room looking at film, looking at the stats. I only talk for 2 minutes, so your information's wrong. I'm just a teddy bear. Now, so I went in at halftime and just told them a story about Kentucky. I said, the only time I've had a lead like this, the 96 team would put them away and smell blood. Because the other team is so well coached, they're so pissed off right now, they're gonna come back. And if you let them come back, it'll be a long night for you. So don't play not to lose, play to win. And here I'm coaching, almost 40 years as a head coach, and I only have one team able to beat the team at halftime. I've had a few that would be up 20 and they won by 2 or 4 points. It's tough to play with a lead, especially when teams are trapping constantly.
Last we gotta get Coach in.
So is
They're
this,
showering, it's okay.
so is this the best defensive effort that you guys have turned in this
Best
season?
combination in the first half of defense, offense. The offense was just as brilliant as defense, and we're getting better and better. I think that they feel it themselves because they know it's coming, getting ready for February, and they feel it. But they're like I said, they'll play prepare for Providence like they lost this game, and that's what humility does. We preach humility every single day in our meetings.
Great. Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Coach.